Gentlemen, we're going to start in just a few minutes. If I can have you start making your way to your seats, I'd appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, the ones I can have in reserve for is over there. Where did you say my run? Randomization. All right, no problem.
I hope we don't. I think what I did is say.
Can you hear me? Outstanding. Good evening.
Good evening.
Welcome. Please stand for the singing of our national anthem by Ms. Montejoy and remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Outstanding as always. Thank you. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America.
Attention, present arms. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Order, arms. At ease.
Please be seated. I'm sorry, I'm going to make you stand back up one more time. I apologize. Please remove your caps while we observe a moment of silence for our prisoners of war and those missing in action. Thank you. Please be seated. I promise you don't have to get up yet. Good evening.
Good evening.
My name is Jason Stanfield. I'm the District Commander for District 9 in the state of Missouri. It's my honor and pleasure to be your Master of Ceremonies for this evening's event. Before we get started, it's my pleasure to recognize some very important people that are with us today. We're joined today by past and present commanders of the Veterans of Foreign Wars Department of Missouri. If you are a past or present department commander, please stand. Is there anyone here from VFW National? Nothing heard, thank you. Hopefully there's some online. Thank you for joining us online, by the way. We are live streaming. Also, will any past or present district commanders for the state of Missouri please stand? Thank you. And I would be remiss with the outpouring of support that we've gotten from the Post if I didn't recognize our Post commanders. If you are a past or present Post commander, please stand and be recognized. We're also joined tonight by many of our distinguished community leaders. We have with us Mr. Sheriff Steve Pelton. Thank you for joining us, sir. Barbara Lauer, who is the Alderman of Ward 2. James Schmieder, who is the Assistant City Administrator. Thank you. State Representative John Simmons. And as a special treat, and our newest Post member tonight, we also have from Grunt Style, who is a huge supporter of veterans, Mr. Will Weisner. Will you please stand? Thank you again for joining us. And thank you to those online who are joining us. We appreciate your attendance. Additionally, I'd like to say thank you to our sponsors, because without them, this wouldn't be possible. East Central College, Walmart, Sullivan Bank, Silence, Young Innovations Contracting, Southland Hemp, Sullivan VFW Post 3987, O'Fallon Post 5077, the Makowski family, the Department of Missouri of the VFW, members of our Post 12243, and our future auxiliary. This event would not have been possible without your support and your donations. And thank you to all who have donated as well. We appreciate that. I'm extremely excited to be a part of this event. Not only because this new post is a part of the district for which I'm responsible, because it's also my home post. I'm extremely excited about this. It's a very important day for not only our local community and the VFW Department of Missouri, but also the VFW as a whole. The installation of Post 12243 is the first in the state of Missouri in 19 years. It signifies growth, opportunity, and new ideas. new ways of thinking, and adapting to the needs and desires of all our veterans as they engage in conflicts around the world and return home. Just as the battlefield evolves, so must we. Otherwise, we risk falling victim to complacency and losing focus on the real purpose and the mission of the VFW, which is to foster camaraderie among U.S. veterans of overseas conflicts, to serve our veterans, the military, and our communities, and to advocate on behalf of all veterans. The VFW's tagline boasts, "No one does more for veterans." And I'm excited to be a part of a brand new post that I believe will lead the way in accomplishing that mission. This post was created to be an example to our community of what it means to serve and sacrifice. And what better way for us to demonstrate what it means to serve and sacrifice than to name our post after a local Union, Missouri soldier who did just that in defense of this great nation. United States Army Corporal Russell M. Makowski. You may have seen his photo, this beautiful painting of him on your way in. That is our namesake. Corporal Russell Makowski was born in St. Louis, Missouri on January 18, 1983. He attended and graduated school in Union, Missouri. And on November 24, 2004, he enlisted in the United States Army. He attended basic training and advanced individual training, or AIT, under the One Station Unit training program at Fort Sill, Oklahoma. Upon graduation from AIT, Corporal Makowski was assigned to Bravo Battery, 4th Battalion, 42nd Field Artillery, 1st Brigade Combat Team of the 4th Infantry Division as a 13 Bravo cannon crew member. There, he was assigned to the 1st Section of 1st Platoon Rough Riders as a cannoneer number 1. Corporal Makowski deployed to with the Straight Arrows in support of Operation Iraqi Freedom in December 2005. On September 14, 2006, while performing his duties on patrol in Taji, Iraq, Corporal Makowski was killed in action by an improvised explosive device. Corporal Makowski's awards and decorations include the Purple Heart, the Bronze Star, the Army Commendation Medal, the Iraq Campaign Medal, the Global War on Terrorism Service Medal, the Army Service Ribbon, and the Combat Action Badge. Corporal Makowski is survived by his parents, Mark and Pam, and his brother, Matt. And we are honored to have them here with us this evening. Will you please stand and be recognized? Thank you again for being with us. At this time, it's my pleasure to introduce to you the Makowski family, if they'd like to have some words to speak. Please come forward.
Thanks. I just want to thank everybody here and thank the Post for picking us to name the Post after and everything. And it just meant so much for him in his hometown to be picked for the first time that they had a Post here and everything. And he would be honored. He would be honored. He's smiling down on us tonight, believe me, and everything. He would, yeah, because they told us it's been 19 years since they started another post in Missouri. And this September will be 19 years that he's been gone. So he's speaking to us tonight, believe me. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you.
I need to bring that back. have our post named after us, and we promise to honor his service and his sacrifice through our service to our community. Ladies and gentlemen, it is now my pleasure to introduce to you the installing officer, past VFW Commander from the Department of Missouri, Rick DePonte, to conduct a formal installation ceremony for Russell and Makowski VFW Post 12243. Rick, the floor is yours.
All right. Thank you for having me, first of all. By the way, if you see me do a funny salute over my shoulder, I promise you I'm not trying to disrespect. I'm doing the best I can. I want to say, everybody's heard me this past year. I have three things that I always say before anybody gets up to speak. Everybody remember them?
Be brief.
Be brief, be brilliant, be done. All right, so I will do my best. Be brief, be brilliant, and be done. But this is a very solemn ceremony because, like you heard, this hasn't happened in 19 years in Missouri. Every year we lose two to four posts. This year we lost one and we gained one. So the first time in I don't know how many years, it's been over 19, we're going to finish the year with the same amount of posts that we started with. So congratulations to all of you. Thank you. So I usually give big long speeches, but before I do, I actually had a motto this past year. I don't know, I didn't say it a lot, but I said it at times that I felt I meant it and it needed to be said. Good leaders accomplish the mission. Great leaders motivate others to accomplish the mission. So I'm not trying to embarrass anybody here, but I want to show you a little test of what I mean. Can everybody raise your hand for me? All right, now do me a favor and raise it higher. Now you see that? I motivated you to raise your hand higher. And that's all it takes. Is sometimes you just got to ask somebody. For some reason, they all raised their hand. When this was done to me, trust me, I did the same thing. I was like, and they said, raise it higher. But sometimes it just takes a couple words. So, good leaders accomplish the mission. Great leaders motivate others to accomplish this mission. So as you move forward with this new post, I have no complaints so far. I'm going to tell you, y'all are motivating the hell out of me. Excuse my language. But y'all are motivating me, and I can see the motivation in this post. Just remember, when we start to feel that little slack, tell them to raise their hand a little higher. And that's all it takes. And just so you all know, we did finish over 100% this year. Congratulations, Missouri. I'm going to go right into this. I am going to jump around. I'm going to do 100%. So if anybody at National is watching this, I am doing it 100%, but I'm going to do it a little out of order. Because I feel it's hard for me to give you when I get to the officer's obligation. I'm asking you to give an obligation, and after you do your obligation, I'm telling you what your job is. How about I tell you what your job is first, and then you still decide whether you want to commit to that obligation. So I am going to jump around, but I am going to do the whole ceremony. So without further ado, comrades, I have been authorized by the Commander-in-Chief to institute this post in accordance with the national bylaws of the Veterans of Foreign Wars of the United States. Comrades and candidates, I am satisfied that all present are eligible for membership as provided by our national bylaws. The acting adjutant will call the roll. Each person will answer as their name is called and take their place facing the altar and the commander's station. Acting adjutant, I call you forward. As he calls your name, if you are already a VFW member, feel free to go ahead and move forward to renew your member's obligation. You do not have to, though.
Brian Beatty, Jacob Brewer, John Britton, Jake Carmen, David Clemens, Nicholas Collier.
As he calls your name, go ahead and move forward, starting at the flag and start lining up that way, please.
John Eggert, Barry Goin, Patricia Goin, John Grady, Kara Grady, Rob Grotzer, Shane Hansen, John Hawkins. Jeremiah Holland.
We got a lot.
Grant Hopper. Monica Kuntz. Joe Lane. Jeremy Leisman. Roger Leisman. Carla McGowan. Andy Mueller. Alex Pins. Harry Reed. Cynthia Smith. Annie Stanfield. Jason Stanfield. Ronald Stringer. Kenny Petritrick. Raymond Went. Herschel Whited. Thomas Crouch. And William Wisner. That completes the roll call.
Now, at this time, I'd ask if anybody wants to get up and get pictures, get it now, because here in a second, I have them turn around and face me. So if you'd like to get pictures, go ahead and get them now, please. MC, you got a designated photographer.
Young lady in the back with the camera.
Okay, she'll want to come up, one of these two corners here in a minute.
It's got a wide lens, so she's gonna be.
I know, because they're gonna be facing this way.
Have it. Get your phone.
All right, so we have so many, we're actually gonna arch this. So if I could have you kind of arch, all in one big arch. And then you're gonna turn around, you're gonna face me. In front of the altar, though. In front of the altar. So turn around, face me, and kind of arch around. Starting with over here on the far left, you're going to place your left hand on the flag. You're going to have to be back behind him. There you go. You're going to place your left hand on the flag. You're going to fix your, thank you, Commander. Listen to the state commander, she's got it. You're going to put your left hand on the shoulder of the person next to you. Place your left hand on the shoulder next, facing me. Facing me.
Keep the line going from the flag.
There you go. Oh, you're going to have to face that. That's fine. That works.
Got it?
We are good. All right, comrades, you have expressed the desire to enroll in our ranks, but before being admitted to membership, you will be required to take a solemn obligation, one which will not conflict with any duty you owe to your country or your family. Knowing this, are you willing to become members of this order?
I am.
You will raise your right hand. Touch the flag of our country with your left hand. Touch the shoulder of the person in front of you with your left hand. Pronounce your name when I pronounce mine. And repeat after me. In the presence of Almighty God.
In the presence of Almighty God.
And the members of this order here assembled.
And the members of this order here assembled.
I, Rick DePonte, do of my own free will and accord.
Do of my own free will and accord.
Solemnly promise and declare.
Solemnly promise and declare.
That I will bear true allegiance.
That I will bear true allegiance.
To the Constitution of the United States of America.
To the Constitution of the United States of America.
And I will always be loyal thereto.
And I will always be loyal thereto.
I do further solemnly promise.
I do further solemnly promise.
And declare. That I will comply with. The Congressional Charter. The bylaws and ritual of this order. And I will always be loyal thereto. That I will never wrong. Nor defraud this organization. Nor a member thereof. Nor permit any wrong. To be done to either. in my power to prevent it.
in my power to prevent it.
I will never propose for membership
I will never propose for membership
any member not eligible,
any member not eligible,
nor one whom I know to be unworthy.
nor one whom I know to be unworthy.
I will never make known to anyone
I will never make known to anyone
not authorized to receive it
not authorized to receive
any work of this order.
any work of this order.
Should my affiliation
Should my affiliation
of the Veterans of Foreign Wars of the United States
of the Veterans of Foreign Wars in the United States
cease in any way,
cease in any way,
I will consider this pledge
I will consider this pledge
as binding outside of the order,
as binding outside of the order,
as though I had remained a member of the same.
as though I had remained a member of the same.
All this I promise and pledge
All this I promise and pledge
upon the honor of a true comrade
upon the honor of a true comrade
and a member of our great republic,
and a member of our great republic.
as you were. As you were, go ahead and put your hands down. Uncover. Chaplain, you deliver the blessing. Parade, rest. Okay, that's what we needed.
Almighty God, we ask thy blessing upon these our comrades who now become fellow members. May the tender ties formed amid the privations and dangers of war become closer by our fellowship in this work. May our union foster among us an enduring comradeship and spirit of mutual loyalty and support in every walk of life. May these comrades dedicate and devote their lives to thy service, and as thou didst spare them during the perils of war, grant that henceforth they may be spared for a useful life to the honor and glory of thy name. Amen.
Cover. I'll only keep you up here for a couple more minutes. As you were, comrades, the Cross of Malta, recognized and protected by our government as the official emblem of the Veterans of Foreign Wars of the United States. The Cross of Malta is an ancient and honored symbol of loyalty and courage among those who pledged to high ideals. It was first used nearly 1,000 years ago as an emblem of noblemen and yeomen who united in the great military crusade to protect and aid others seeking freedom of life and worship. The Cross of Malta thus became the symbol of the Crusaders who waged battle and cared for the sick, the wounded, and the needy. That is why the Maltese Cross is the emblem of the Veterans of Foreign Wars today. It is a symbol of our pledge to honor the dead by helping the living. Comrades, I congratulate and welcome you as members of our organization. Have you decided on a name for your post, Adjutant?
We have, sir.
Can you please give me the name of your post?
Russell M. Makowski.
Then, in compliance with your selection and by the authority of the Commander-in-Chief, I now declare this post to be known henceforth as Russell M. Makowski, post number 12243, Veterans of Foreign Wars of the United States, and entitles all rights of our organization so long as its members comply with our bylaws. Comrades, your success or failure will depend entirely upon the wisdom and energy with which you administer the affair of your post. Always remember that you will have in your post comrades of all ages, persons who have had great variety in military experiences, and in many theaters of war. In conducting the affairs of your post, give due consideration to the opinions of all comrades who, like yourselves, have served under the flag of the United States. Let the highest principles of the Veterans of Foreign Wars of the United States guide all your decisions and actions. Extend at all times a spirit of true comradeship to the individuals who serve with you, to their families, and to the memory of those who have passed to their final resting place. At this time, you may be seated. Comrades, it now becomes my duty to install your officers in accordance with the bylaws of our organization. Comrade Acting Adjutant, will you call the roll of officers as each officer is named or name is called, they will take their place at the altar where I will administer the officer's obligation. No, just grab the flag. Yes.
Commander Annie Stanfield. Senior Vice Commander Jeremy Leisman. Junior Vice Commander John Grady. Quartermaster Herschel Whiting. Chaplain Kara Grady. Surgeon General Nicholas Collier. 3-year trustee Cynthia Smith. 2-year trustee Robert Grosser. Roll call complete.
Thank you, Acting Adjutant. So at this time is where I'm going to switch to the duties. Commander, I'm going to skip you for a moment. So I'm going to move to the Senior Vice. Comrade Senior Vice Commander, it will be your duty to assist the Commander in preserving order, to preside in the absence of the Commander, and to perform such other duties as may be required by our laws and rituals. Are you ready to assume office?
I am.
Comrade Junior Vice Commander, it will be, is it Junior Vice? Okay. Comrade Junior Vice Commander, it will be your duty to assist the Commander and the Senior Vice Commander in preserving order, to preside in their absence, and to perform other such duties as may be required of you by our laws and rituals. Are you ready to assume duties?
I am.
Thank you. Comrade Quartermaster, it will be your duty to take charge of and accurately account for the funds of this post. The duties of your office are prescribed in detail in the VFW bylaws. I already know you're ready for it, but I have to ask you anyway. Are you ready to assume your duties?
Yes, sir.
Excellent. Thank you. Comrade Chaplain, the members of this post look to you for spiritual and inspirational guidance. You shall be chairman of the post visiting committee. It will be your duty to visit and comfort the sick and disabled members of the post, and to perform such other duties as may be required of you by the bylaws and the ritual of this organization. Are you ready to assume these duties?
Yes, sir.
All three post trustees, it will be your duty to make correct audits and reports of the post's records as prescribed by the VFW bylaws. Are you ready to perform these duties?
Yes, sir.
All right, Comrade Commander, I'll get to you later. Since we're already here, we might as well go ahead and do it. Seeing that you are all ready, at this time, Commander, place your left hand on the flag of our country. Everybody else, place your left hand on the shoulder of the person in front of you. Raise your right hand and repeat after me. By the way, when I get to the end and it says, "So help you God," if it goes against your faith, just skip it. I do hereby solemnly promise that I will faithfully discharge to the best of my ability the duties of the office of which I have been elected or appointed, according to the bylaws and the ritual of the Veterans of Foreign Wars of the United States, together with the bylaws of this post. I solemnly promise that at the close of the term to which I have been elected or appointed, or sooner if so ordered by proper authority, I will surrender immediately to only the duly authorized person or persons, all records, money, or other properties of this organization, in my possession or under my control. All this I freely promise, upon my true honor as a comrade, and a member of our great republic, so help me God. As you were. Parade rest. Acting Chaplain, can you please come forward? Uncovered. Sorry, my bad.
Almighty God, our guidance and divine protector, give thy blessings upon these our comrades who now become fellow officers. We beseech thee, O Lord, who art ever present amongst us, grant wisdom unto them so that in their deliberations they continue to favor thee, our glorious country, and better our organization. May thy strength sustain them, may thy power preserve them, may thy hand protect them in faithful and fruitful performance of their duties. Amen.
Recover. As you were at this time, all officers but the commander, you may return to your seats or your station. I now declare you properly installed as officers of Russell M. Makowski VFW Post 12243, Veterans of Foreign Wars of the United States. Learn well the responsibilities entrusted to you so that you may intelligently discharge the duties you are now to undertake. Excuse me. Now, what are we going to do with you, Commander? Comrade Commander, this post is about to be placed in your charge, and much of its success will depend upon you. Guard well its interests, so that you may fulfill your high office acceptably. It will be necessary that you study carefully and fully and understand the principles of this organization, since it's your duty to enforce its laws, rules, and ritual. I now place in your charge the charter of this post. You will get one of these days. You're still in charge of it. Where is it?
It's at National.
It's in the mail. You are personally responsible for its safety. I present you with this gavel. The emblem of authority, use it firmly but with discretion. I now formally place this post in your charge for the ensuing year. You will occupy this station, which I will now vacate in a minute. Got one more thing to do. Comrade Commander, officers and members of Russell M. Makowski Post 12243, Veterans of Foreign Wars of the United States, I proclaim the officers duly installed and this post in great working order for the ensuing year. Get right back down for me. There you go.
For being here and supporting us and taking the time out of your evening to just show support for our community and what we want to do here. So I joined the VFW about 4 years ago. My husband Jason and I, he had already joined, and I was reluctant to join. I didn't feel there was anything for me to do at that post. I wasn't into bingo, and the bar scene wasn't my thing, and so I didn't feel like I would fit. So that was the extent of my knowledge of the VFW at that time. But I joined so that we could sit there and have time to do things together and just find a hobby and something away from the kids. But within a few months, I was a line officer, and I started a crash course on what the VFW was all about. I attended the Council of Administration meetings and the department conventions, and I learned that the VFW was a service organization with many programs designed to help veterans. That was something I could get behind, and that was something I could volunteer to support. I didn't need a bar, I needed to belong and feel useful. And that's when the journey started for me. And so my vision with this new post is to be a place where veterans can continue to serve and feel that same camaraderie like when we were in the service. We're all too familiar with the 22 a day that we lose to suicide. I want to do my part to make sure the veterans in our community never become a part of that statistic. I want to help them with their transition from military to civilian life. My motto for this post has been connecting veterans to their families, their community, and their benefits. I see us being a family-friendly post where we go out and take advantage of all our community has to offer. Going on go-karts, golfing, days on the water, picnics at the park, veteran breakfast. And I want to support our veterans' mental health and encourage various alternative therapies because we all know there's too many opioids being prescribed these days. I'm looking forward to working with Grunt Style Foundation and supporting alternative therapies for PTSD. We're going to work with Irreverent Warriors, whose mission is to eliminate suicide with outdoor activities, humor, and camaraderie. The Veterans Community Project is in our backyard, and we can help homeless veterans get their back on their feet. And ECC, our community college in our own backyard here, has donated this space to us, and it's the perfect place to start a new career or a trade. So I want to help veterans learn about all the educational opportunities available to them. And of course, I want to help get them access to their VA benefits if they've been impacted by any health hazards during their service. We're also looking at utilizing Zoom meetings. After a long day at work, the last thing I want is to take time away from a mom and dad spending time with their kids. And as days get shorter and it gets darker earlier, many of our older veterans don't want to drive at night. I want everyone to be able to keep in touch and up to date with what we're doing, and I feel like they still belong. It just makes sense to utilize the technology we have to help keep members engaged. So this is a new post. So there is no way we've always done things. We're going to honor and take care of our aging veterans, as well as support our younger veterans with the help they need. And all of this can't happen without the support of our community and my friends and leaders in the VFW. So many have been instrumental in this happening this evening. From Charles's encouragement when Jason and I first started out, to Rick's challenge when we left our last post. Buddy, his mentorship through the whole thing has been invaluable. And then I look forward to helping Quincy, our new department commander, meet all the goals that she set for us this year. And of course, my partner in crime, Jason. You've been my rock and my biggest supporter through all this, and I couldn't do this without you, and I wouldn't want to. So, I've got an amazing line of officers who I consider family, and I'm honored to be starting this journey with you. And thank you guys for stepping up and answering the call whenever, we were starting this up. I really appreciate that. I was also glad that Brandy, where are you at? Brandy said yes when I asked if she would want to start up our auxiliary. She's got a lot of great ideas and a heart to help others, so I'm excited to see what happens when we team up together. And lastly, I would like to thank the Makowski family. It is an honor for you to allow us to use Russ's name and memorialize his service by naming our post after him. We do not take it lightly, and we'll do everything we can to make sure his sacrifice is remembered and his memory is honored. I would love to mention everyone that has helped me along this journey, but I'm trying to be brief, be brilliant, and be done. So thank you all for your support and encouragement to get us to this moment tonight. I appreciate all of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Commander Stanfield. I can't wait to see what this little post can do for our community. All right, it's now an opportunity for me to introduce some special guests here that may want to say a few words. First off, before we get, I have to introduce our wonderful state commander, or department commander, Quincy Miller. Quincy, would you like to come forward and say something? Thank you.
Commander Andy Stanfield, would you please come here? So I have here a certificate of appreciation, recognition, from our National Commander-in-Chief, Al Lipar. Presented to Post 12243, Union, Missouri, in recognition of the first members of Post number 12243, Union, Missouri, who have come together in service of something greater than themselves. For 125 years, the veterans of foreign wars of the United States have set forth to realize the purposes which define our mission, to preserve and strengthen comradeship among our members, to assist worthy comrades, to perpetuate the memory and history of our dead, and to assist their surviving spouses and orphans, to maintain true allegiance to the government of the United States and fidelity to its Constitution and laws, to foster true patriotism, to maintain and extend the institutions of the American freedom, and to preserve and defend the United States from all enemies. We wish you great success on the establishment of Post number 12243, and know together with hard work and dedication, Commander-in-Chief Alfred J. Lippard's motto, believe in what you do what you believe in. Follow me will be upheld in perpetuating this organization's commitment to service for years to come. In witness whereof, we have hereunto set our hands and official seal of the Veterans of Foreign Wars of the United States, Alfred J. Lippard, Commander-in-Chief, and Dan West, Adjutant General. As a further presentation from the Department of Missouri, here's a check for $1,500 to help get your post going. Comrade Dillard, our post also has a donation for you.
From our post 1831 out of DeSoto, we want to present you a $1,000 check to help your post.
Andy, I promised you at convention, there's $200.
Thank you so much, Commander. Past Commander, thank you. I also would like to introduce to you from the city of Union, Missouri, Barbara Lauber and James Schmider. We already introduced you all earlier. Please come forward. Thank you.
Hi. First and foremost, I just want to thank you guys for inviting us to such a wonderful, wonderful installation. And on behalf of the mayor and the city alderman, city staff, we just want to welcome you to the city of Union and know that you have our support. Thank you.
Thank you. And our last speaker today, from Gruntstown, Mr. Will Weiser. We appreciate it to come forward and say some things. Thank you.
Hi, good evening, everybody. Good evening. All right, lively crowd talking back. That's a good sign. So, as we get started, a little bit about who we are. The Grunstyle Foundation. We're the charitable 501c3 nonprofit of the patriotic apparel brand Grunstyle.
And we happen to be headquartered out in St. Louis, and I happen to live in High Ridge. And I've had people after me for the longest time trying to get me to join VFW. And I was one of those guys who was just like, oh man, it's just not my generation thing. It's just, you know, I had all the cliches and all those things in my head. But I got involved in nonprofit work and met up with Tim Jensen, who's one of the co-owners of the Brunstall Foundation. He's the president of the board of our foundation. And we started tackling a very big mission, and that's to go after those things that we inherently know are wrong, but yet no one else is going in to attack those things because it is just seen as a common sense deal that that's just the way things are. And that's how we're going to be. So that's kind of the work we choose to engage. And we were involved in the passage of a bill here about 2 years ago called the PACT Act. We were the veterans that were parked butt to chair, or actually butt to step, out there on the U.S. Capitol for 6 days, forcing that bill through. And the lesson that I learned from that experience is nobody swings a bigger stick in D.C. than the VFW when you're trying to get stuff done. And what I have come to learn over since that time and getting to really know a lot of the national leadership within the VFW is these guys are legit, they're the real deal. You guys have an incredible leadership with Dan West, Matt Lopart, and Brian Walker. Have just become very dear friends with a lot of those folks. And they wanted me in there, so I joined the VFW. And I was a member at large for I'm very honored and thrilled to be part of this post now. So this is the first post. I'm no longer an at-large guy. I'm going to give her my time and whatever talent I have to offer here to this post. And you all will have full force of our assets of what I have to bring to bear and whatever support the foundation can bring. The main thing that I really want to say is that we're living in chaotic times. I mean, if you would have told me 20 years ago this is what the United States would be doing right now, it would blow my mind. I would not believe you. But here we are. And like many instances in the United States history, a lot of societal ills and change originated from within the military and from within the veteran community. And so, you know, we take that, we take a lot of pride in that that's our community, it's my community that does those things. And does anybody here happen to know how many service members' lives were lost during the Vietnam War? How many? 56,000. Right, exactly, 56,000. We know how many service members we lost during the Iraq and Afghanistan campaign. It's around 8,000, give or take. That's a lot of death. You know how many service members, veterans that we've lost since 9/11 to suicide? Anybody have a guess? That's right, 162,000 veterans have taken their lives to suicide since 9/11. It's unacceptable. We believe that there's a direct correlation with psychotropic drugs. We know that 68% of all veterans that are engaged in the VHA are on psychotropic medication. There's a place for these things, but this should not be the go-to standard for care. You should not be having a small amount of time with your health care provider only to be prescribed a medication that's the classification of which comes along with a pretty major side effect that you think should be taken into consideration here. And that's an increased levels of suicidal ideation. So we're literally taking people that are vulnerable or even suicidal, and we're giving them medications that are increasing that level of suicidal ideation. So there's a lot of work to be done. And so for everybody here that was so privileged to have had soldiers or sailors or airmen or Marines or Coast Guardsmen or whatever underneath you, I know there is nothing that you would not have done during your time of service to ensure the welfare and lives of those people that served under you. And here we are, the mission continues. The war followed a lot of us home. There's a lot of work to be done. There's a lot of unnecessary death that is going on in our community. And so I'm proud to say that we've partnered with the VFW at the national level to take this on. This issue is the highest importance to the VFW on the national sense, and we are very proud to stand shoulder to shoulder with the VFW. I look forward to a lot of the work that's ahead, and now that we're here, I think a lot of that work's going to originate right here at Ground Zero in this community. And I'm very proud of that. I'm very proud that the name of this post is named after a GWAT veteran. So thank you to the Makowski family again for that. And I want to leave you with this. We do a lot of fun things at the Brown Scout Foundation. We do a lot of crazy things and have a good time. And one of those things I'd love to invite you all to. This Friday here, we're doing Celebrate St. Louis. If you don't have any plans for the 4th of July, come down and hang out with us. We've got the VIP section there at Celebrate St. Louis. We've got the backstage passes right offside of the main stage. And if you go to reverentwarriors.com, you get a ticket for that. It's $10. Supports the mission. And we'll provide you with food, drinks, alcoholic and non, there at the event. And we'll have the best seats in the house for the fireworks display. But thank you all again. I'm looking forward to the many years ahead in this work. And rock and roll.
Thanks, Will. All right, so before we have our closing ceremonies, I do have some official business that we have to take care of. It's pretty serious stuff. Rick, could you please come forward? We need you to come up to the podium, please. Many people don't know this, but Rick is spending his birthday with us today. So, in honor of his birthday, Rick loves Twinkies. Just so you know. So, Andy made you a cake surrounded by Twinkies that we figured you would love. So, just that time. I'm just interested in how you're going to salute holding that thing. But anyway, since you're spending time with us, I think we should take just a couple minutes and sing happy birthday to you. Can we do that? All right. All right. Ready? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Rick. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you, everybody. I appreciate it. I would not have loved to spend my birthday any other way. This has been long in the making, and when they asked me, they said on July 1st, and I said, absolutely. So, and then it was later, I was like, wait, that's my birthday. So, I just want to say thank you. And I didn't say it earlier, but earlier this year, I took a hit as a state commander when one of my best commanders and two of my best people at a post said, we've done what we can, and we'd like to turn in these resignation letters to you. And I told them, I will only accept these resignation letters if you promise me you will stay active. Now, it's not like I couldn't make them stay, but I said, I'll only accept these if you promise to stay active. And that's why she said, she fulfilled that challenge, and I appreciate both of you. I appreciate all of you. I appreciate all of you. And thank you for celebrating my birthday. Thank you.
Okay, so we're wrapping this up now. I'm sorry. Oh, I didn't know. Brandy, I'm sorry. Brandy, would you like to come forward? Sorry. Ladies and gentlemen, Brandy, our future auxiliary president.
Annie, this is for you from our auxiliary. We just wanted to tell you that we're excited about working with you. I also wanted to thank Mark and Darlene for being with me earlier today to make food. We had some fun getting stuff all together, so make sure that you stop by our many tables of food. And my mom made cupcakes for us. And then we also want to introduce our department auxiliary officers. If you guys could stand.
Auxiliary, we greatly appreciate your support. This organization doesn't operate without you, so thank you so much for joining us today and for your support. Thank you all of our speakers, our installing officer, those joining us online in our community for coming out to celebrate the installation of Post 12243. In just a moment, we will conclude tonight's ceremony by saluting our flag, at which point Post members will need to step away for about 10 to 15 minutes to conduct some actual official business that we're not allowed to do in public. So please stay and enjoy refreshments. There's a bunch of food here. Please eat it. Once we return, we'll catch up with you. So, if there's nothing else, ladies and gentlemen, please stand as we prepare to salute the flag.
Attention. Present arms. Order. Arms.
At ease. Thank you again. Post members are asked to make their way down the hall to the meeting room. We will be back in approximately 15 minutes. Thank you all for joining us.